Hello and welcome back to the Chris Lady Podcast, where we are on the third episode, and 3/4 of this table still doesn't know how to hold a microphone.
Hey-yo.
I'm Kayla.
You're not funny.
Oh, I think I'm funny. At least I know how to hold a microphone.
You think?
I'm Nick, by the way.
Because it's like holding
We
the
know how
Everyone
to hold
say
a
your
microphone.
names. All right, don't get mad yet.
My
Let's
name
get
is
mad
Late.
later.
My name is Flick Knife Ass.
Yes. Corey, what's your name?
We should restart. I've said dick already.
It's
So,
okay.
People have
Wait.
those.
I didn't make a fake name up.
You don't need one. This is Corey and that's Dylan, and we're going to talk about some shit
Kayla.
today.
I can't say my own fucking name, dog.
You don't need a
Exactly.
name.
Corey ruined it for you, but go ahead. What's your name?
What?
I'm not saying it now anymore.
You
now.
just
All right.
said how'd I ruin it?
Who are you?
What? Who are you?
Anyway, welcome to the Chris Lady Podcast. Today, I'm going to be asking the band some questions. They don't know what the podcast is about yet,
No,
but
I don't
I do. And we're going to be drinking some tequila and some Japanese whiskey.
Say the name of the Japanese whiskey, Kayla.
Pure
I
malt.
got
Pure
it.
malt.
I got it.
It's pure malt.
I got it.
It's
Corey.
also called Taketsuru.
Let me.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway, Nick.
It says it on the bottle, bro.
It does say it.
Whatever. Anyway, point is, it is
Also called.
pure malts produced by the Nika Whiskey Distilling Company.
Beautiful pronunciation,
Beautiful.
man. How are them Japanese lessons going, by the way?
Oh, yeah,
Good.
Corey takes
They're
Japanese
fun.
lessons.
They're fine.
He also watches anime.
Yeah,
Besides that-
they could already tell.
Duolingo is awesome.
Duolingo.
That's all I have to say.
I had a professor
Wonderful.
who was learning his learning like Irish or Gaelic or whatever
Oh,
it's
it's called Gaelic, dog. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
But, bro,
I don't know.
like,
I'm
I
not.
was
Don't
like
offend Dylan.
I was
He's
like confused. I was
mostly
like,
Irish.
There's not a language called Irish. I was like,
I will definitely
I
say
didn't know
though.
that.
I don't. Well, never mind. I can't say it's like.
But
one of the-
Duolingo was what he was using, and it looked cool.
No, it is. But at the same time, like you got to practice the kanji. The
You
kind
gotta
of
practice
hiragana.
any
Yeah.
language you're learning. Yeah.
But no, I just mean like writing it like such because it's like really.
Oh yeah,
meant-
it's very involved.
I mean, it's
Are you
just
making
it's
some
it's
pictures?
basically art is what you're
Yeah.
basically trying to create, and it's just like oh my gosh.
Like what's on Dylan's shirt right
oh,
now.
dude, it says fresh.
It says
man.
fresh.
Is that what those
Yeah, it
characters
says
say?
fresh, and then it says fresh again.
How would you know that, though?
I took a picture with my phone and Google translated it.
Dylan's going to get that
Okay.
tattooed on his
I
arm
was
and
about
later
to-
on realize it means like barbecue pit finger love.
No, I'm gonna get it as a tramp stamp.
That's a lot.
My anus is always fresh.
Yo.
Jesus.
So anyway, it is almost Christmas time. We got 2 more gigs to round out the year. We start back up January 1st, and we got like 90 million gigs booked for January.
I'm so excited, dude. Make some
I'm
money.
fucking excited
Oh,
too.
Buy
yeah.
some fucking bases.
We've got some cool shows coming up. One
Jesus.
is going to be released or announced this week, but we're playing with Vulture Culture at Heavy Anchor. They're a band in St. Louis here that's really dope. I checked out some of their music. It's cool. I'm excited to play with them. I'm excited to see what they're like live.
Okay.
But 2020 is gonna be
It's
wild for
it's
Crystal
already
Lady.
packed,
Lit.
yo. Like you
Yeah.
already got so many.
Do we have music coming out in 2020, Kayla?
We do have music coming out in 2020.
shit.
We were just upstairs mastering and mixing the final cut of one of them. So I'm
Oh
excited.
my God. Do we have new merch coming out in 2020?
We do have new merch coming out in 2020. I'm going
Oh
to
my
get my
God.
lip tattooed in 2020, and we're going to turn
Oh,
that
Jesus.
tattoo into some merch.
That's a lie.
I'm doing it. I'm waiting for these jackaloons to get in line.
I've never actually been called that. That's
I've heard
crazy.
someone say that. I don't know what it means. Sorry if that's offensive.
No.
I don't know what jackaloon means. But jackwagon, I've been called a lot. I've been called.
What?
What?
Yeah, you've
A
never
lot?
been called a jackwagon?
What is that?
A lot?
Yeah, I've heard it multiple times.
Is it from your
Jackwagon?
father?
No.
Joe.
My friend Maddie, she's called me a jackwagon, and then I've heard my uncles say jackwagon.
There's no one our age nor your age calling people jackwagons.
well, that's why it's funny. I like to call people jackwagons.
No,
Whoever-
you've never said that word in front of
Well,
me
not you guys.
before. I've known you for 2 years, and you said it 5 times.
Whoever calls anybody a
And all
jackwagon,
of them have been just
I've called my boyfriend a jackwagon before.
well, that makes you whack wagon.
Jackwagon.
Facts.
I mean, Gary probably thought I was funny, though, to be honest. Did you call him Mr. Enormous after that?
well,
He's old. He probably got it.
Oh man. Well, let's do a shot and then let's talk about
Ew.
Oh, dude.
Christmas.
Corey, hey, Corey, what are we drinking real quick?
Oh, that's broken.
Nika whiskey.
Well, we're going with the Cabo Wabo
still
then.
open it.
Okay, you open that, Nick. So today I would like to ask everyone about Christmas. What you doing for Christmas? What do you like about Christmas? What do you not like about Christmas?
I'll go first.
That was rude.
I like going home because
Because he
all
hates
my
us.
people. Yeah, I hate you guys, and also all my people are in Georgia, and so
Georgia.
I get to go see my people. I get to hang out,
Yeah.
and I get to eat food, like really good food, like the
I
food.
can't wait for Christmas brunch. Yo.
How
You have
how
no-
does the food in St. Louis compare to the food in Georgia?
You
He's
have,
gonna
to,
say garbage.
If you don't say better, dude, you're wild.
facts,
you have to know where to go.
but
Gotta know where to go in Georgia.
Yeah, it's the same everywhere. You got to know where to go. There's good food everywhere.
Yeah.
But
But we
here's
have a
the-
lot of it.
You have a
It's
good bit of it.
it's close to it.
I'll
They're
tell you
close
my.
together, though.
You want me? You want me to name my top 3 restaurants in
If
St.
it's
Louis?
Lee's,
Yeah,
dog.
top 3 St. Louis restaurants for
My
you.
top 3 so far: Porter's,
Ooh,
Of course.
I feel you.
Pappy's,
Of course.
and Rabata Ramen.
hell
Ooh,
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Them 3 places were my shit.
I have to go back there and get that sushi, dog.
Dude,
Bro,
I-
it was
dude,
so
chicken-
good.
Chicken katsu, dog? Oh.
I loved it. It was very good.
Of course, we're going to get Cajun
All right.
pasta.
Real
So-
quick, let's do a shot here.
We have to toast in Spanish. They have to toast in Japanese.
Oh, what is it? I
Ni
used
hao.
to know one.
Salud.
Stop
Oh,
saying
salud.
ni
But there was
hao.
another one that was like,
Stop.
There's probably more. I don't know.
Yeah, it's Chinese. I'm sorry.
ah.
Oh,
All
burned a
right.
little bit.
I like to start the podcast with a shot
Loosen
because I
everybody
feel
up.
like it loosens you up a little bit, gets everyone,
Oh, Dylan cleaning his palate right now.
gets the juices flowing. When I proposed that idea to Dylan the day of the first podcast, he goes, "Dog, that's fucking whack." But I feel like we've done it.
It's kind of fucking whack still.
and we've done it 3 times now.
Why
we
is
can't
it
just
whack?
stop.
We can, dog.
Why is it whack?
It's whack.
You're whack.
He doesn't. Dylan just doesn't like things.
Because I've got little brothers that watch this, and I don't want to glorify drinking.
Shut up, Dylan.
Your little brothers probably
Shut
drink
up,
more than you
Dylan.
do.
Oh, they definitely do.
Shut up, Dylan.
One of them's been caught stealing alcohol from Walmart multiple
Oh,
times.
shit. Oh, I've got a crazy story about stealing alcohol.
Whoa.
I didn't do it.
What did you do?
I didn't do it.
Bullshit.
I witnessed it.
I don't believe
and
you.
it was burned into my memory for life.
You're
I
just
was
saying.
at
You're just saying you didn't do it because your dad's listening.
No, I told my dad if I stole shit. Anyway, I was at the Schnucks in Webster Groves by Webster University. I was not in college there yet. I was a junior or senior in high school. And I was going to that Schnucks to also procure alcohol, but I was sitting around outside waiting for adults walking in who looked like they might buy me booze.
Wow, you were one of those kids. Like, hey, excuse me,
Yeah, it's like,
sir.
I'll give you $20 if you buy me a $5 bottle of vodka. Just one of those
Strangers?
kids.
You didn't know
Strangers.
anybody.
What if one of them asked for a hand job?
They never did.
Oh.
Most of them just never gave me my change back, which
All
I
right,
expected.
Dylan, we
Which
see
is like,
where
here's
you
a
are at.
20. All I want's a bottle
I
of
mean, I'm
pink.
saying that could be sketchy.
All I want's a
mean, it
pink
is.
lemonade
I think
bottle.
what she
Right?
was doing was not smart.
No, nothing we did in high school was smart. So
I only did smart
true.
things.
that's gonna take me to the next segment that we're gonna talk about here. But anyway, I'm at the
worried.
Schnucks in Webster, and I'm standing outside trying to hey Mr. People. We end up getting a pack of cigarettes and a bottle of Burnett's. I'm like, hell yeah, gonna be a good night. But it's like late at night too. This is the only 24-hour Schnucks in the area that we were going to, and we see some kid sprinting out of the Schnucks, and he's running at me, and I'm like doing one of these, like swaying back and forth, like, oh god, where do I go? Right, left? No, he's swerving at me.
Better be glad he didn't mistake you for like someone trying to stop him just
Like you're in the NFL.
And he's coming at me. He's going, I'm so sorry. I'm thinking, and he's also reaching into his pants simultaneously. I'm
dude,
like,
it's
oh
Dom
my
time.
god,
He was like, "You're
oh my
finished."
god, what's going to happen to me? And he pulls out a bottle of Grey Goose that he has stolen.
Bro.
Like if I was gonna steal vodka, I'd go for something that they wouldn't miss and wouldn't chase me after,
funny.
like a bottle of Caliber. That some fucking dumb kid stole a $5 bottle of vodka. Whatever. But Grey Goose is expensive.
It's shmoney, yeah.
That's some shmoney. This kid's booking it out of there. And I'm like,
ballsy.
he must have gotten caught.
real.
And I'm
yeah,
standing
that
there.
alarm went off. Facts.
I'm standing there with a pack of cigarettes and a bottle of Burnett's, and I'm 17. I'm like, well, fuck, now I got to get the fuck out of here, too. So my friends and I sprint to our car, and we take off. And no, that night, I thought he was going to, like, shoot me or something.
Oh,
I didn't
God.
know,
Well, yeah.
because he's screaming, I'm sorry, and reaching into his pants and sprinting at me. I was like, I'm about to be accosted. I'm
sorry. I'm sorry.
Some manner.
That's wild.
Oh man, but this brings me to, and we'll get back to Christmas later.
I am
but
worried.
this is more interesting. This was the first band I've ever been in where we didn't start out as friends before forming a band. Every other band I've been in, I was like with friends, we're like, oh, we should start a band. This is a band where like we were looking for musicians, started a band, and then became friends. But we don't know each other through everyone's like defining pivotal moments, everything that like makes
Oh, yeah.
each other what they were. I'd
Met
like to
each other
know.
later in life.
I don't even.
I'd like to know what everyone was like in high school, what they were
You
like.
really
Oh
don't.
God, yeah.
What they were
You
like
really
in
don't,
college.
Kayla.
What are like some of the defining moments in your life? Because I've got weird shit that I've never told you guys. Because it's just like way in the recesses. But then I'm thinking like, oh, these are things that have like shaped me as a person. Yeah. So I just want to know like what makes all of you you. Like, Corey, what were you?
God
What were
damn.
you like?
What makes you you?
Should we
makes
drink
me
more?
me?
Well, no. Like, tell me about like Corey that I don't know, because I've known Corey
That you
for
don't
like
know.
3 months. So I don't know Corey.
That's
I know
true.
3 months Corey.
But like, I don't
No,
know. I'm
he
like.
told you the story where he shit himself. You know Corey. When he got caught masturbating by his parents. You know
Facts,
Corey.
dog.
well, here,
Well,
how
no,
about
no, no,
how about
no.
I guide you a little bit?
All right.
Wait,
cool.
wait, wait,
Help
wait.
me
Before
out.
you do, this is like, have you seen the movie Anger Management? Where
I've seen it like a long time ago.
anyway, Jack Nicholson's character is asking Adam Sandler's character like, "So who are you?" And he goes, "I'm Dave." He goes, "No, I don't want to know your name. Who are you?" He goes, "I'm an accountant." He goes, "No, I don't want to know your job. Who are you?" He's like, "Oh, I like to go fishing. I like to do
It's
this."
been
He
a
goes,
minute since
no,
I've seen
no,
that
no.
movie.
Who are you? He goes,
I'm
"I don't know what the hell
fucking
you're
insane.
So that's kind of like what this is.
Yeah.
Facts.
Who are
So
you?
how about start with
Corey knows all about asking who are you, dog.
No, that's right.
We've already discussed this.
Corey. What were you like in high school? What were you into? What did you do?
Weeb shit.
Yeah, facts.
weeb shit?
Well, okay, high school was weird. Okay, I'll try to be like, I'm trying to, okay, I think I can bring it back. Okay, so high school was an interesting time because the thing about going to, so I went to CBC. And the thing about going to an all-boys school, and I don't know if this is like anyone else's experience or anything else like that, but what I will say is that with no girls being there,
Oh God.
it allows kind of like for everyone to just show who they are. Like,
Oh, for sure.
Like, yeah, I mean, obviously, like the testosterone and everything is like really high, whatever, whatnot. And like and it's high school, so it's still cliquey.
Mm-hmm.
That just happens naturally, I think, because especially CBC, it wasn't really about academics; it was about sports.
And CBC was a big school too. Like I also went to an all-girls Catholic high school. But I mean, you guys had
What's
2,000 kids.
2,000? No, we had like
Yeah.
1,000 something.
Oh, my brother told me it was like 2 when he was there.
He
Your
might.
brother can't
I mean,
count.
he might have actually gotten 2. When I was there, we had like 1,000 something.
But still, like St. Joe, which is another it's an all-girls
Well,
Catholic school.
I
We
guess
only
it
had
was-
600, including faculty.
Okay, because I don't know what the number was at other private schools like SLU, DeSmet, and everything else like that. And then MICDS, which was hella expensive. But anyway, when you talk about them, I don't know. It was like, I guess the best way I can describe myself was I didn't care about anything. And
Yeah.
by I didn't care
Damn.
about anything was as
Emo as fuck.
I was so wrapped up in just myself and my friends. And like now, like with us being like a lot older, like we're actually worried about stuff. Like we think about like
Like today when I thought I was going to get sued.
yeah. Like it's weird, like what we like to call like adult things are happening to us, but like high school me was only ever concerned with what my friends like were doing, like what they thought, and literally just my friend group just in general. So like
You had the freedom
cracking-
to be a lot more selfish
Yes,
younger.
most
but
definitely.
not like in a bad way. Like I think it was a good thing that we got to like people get to like focus on themselves for a part of their life to like figure
Mm-hmm.
out who they are before they have to jump into the shit show that is like real life.
Yeah, and then like on top of that, like sure, if I mean like defining moments, I feel like my whole high school experience was like a defining moment
Yeah.
because like with the combination of being at a private school with there like no girls, like you just like experience what it was like just to be yourself because you weren't trying to put on a front at all times. Like you weren't trying to impress people or anything else like that. It was just dudes being dudes, and it was like I think everyone at least experiences some type of bullying or something else along those
Oh, yeah.
lines, right? But at the same time, it was like that place really taught me how to be myself and not care. Like I still care about a lot of like different opinions. Like I do care what people think about me to
Yeah.
a degree, but I feel like if I went to like a public school with the state I was in going into my freshman year, I feel like I would care about people's opinions a lot more than what I do now. Like I
Yeah.
still struggle with that like a little bit.
That's why you're wearing that hoodie? Man.
No, I feel what you're saying.
You should care about my eyes, dog.
I-
Shit.
What?
I'm just roasting you. I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
Do you not like it?
No, that
Because
hoodie's
now
fine.
now I'm self-conscious.
No, Corey, the hoodie's an excellent hoodie. If it was in my size, I'd wear it.
If
But
you
I just
could
wanted to
see
be funny.
Dylan's full
Appreciate
outfit
you.
right now, he is wearing a Canadian
Yo,
tuxedo
my
that's
dude
got
has-
cheetah print accents.
Cheetah Prince.
Yeah, I was
It's
gonna
fucking
just.
sick.
I was just gonna buy the jacket, and then the salesman was like,
But
"Yo,
the shirt is.
I got the
like,
pants
The
too,
shirt
dog.
makes the outfit.
Really? So I thought that too. I was like,
I'm
this shirt-
saying.
Joe says this shirt is whack because it's pink, and I'm like, dog, pink is a
What?
good color.
My dad,
Joe, I
my
swear
dad
to
wouldn't wear pink. He's not. He doesn't have the
He's a
balls
man,
to pull
man.
pink.
Dude,
My dad's also our sound
Head
engineer,
ass.
and he's listening and recording us right now, so he's probably fuming upstairs right
He,
now.
he just doesn't get fashion. It's fine.
No.
But I guess that's it. Like
Yeah.
I think all of high school is defining. Like going through all that and like I don't know, like especially with the sports and like with football and then like going and then like joining the band like the second half of like high school and everything else like that. I got to explore a lot of different areas, I think.
Would you say you fell into like a stereotypical clique from like a high school movie?
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
My
I didn't
friends
see
were
any of that in high
all,
school either.
My friends were all like, there were no stereotypes. My friend group like ranged from, I don't even know how to like necessarily describe it. All of us are different, but we're all like interested in like the same thing. Which
Yeah.
obviously you attract people who are interested in the same thing you are, but at the same time, it's like, my friend group is wild. Like my friend group is just a wild
It's nuts.
bunch
Oh,
of
we've
group
heard.
of people. And
Much of it we
I
can't
want
talk
to meet
about.
Yeah,
some
we
of these
can't talk about
motherfuckers, dude. I want you like you've told us some stories about them, and I'm like, what are these people
They're
like?
so
really?
wow, bro. I can't wait.
Well, I wanna piggyback on what you said
Yeah.
about high school being like a totally defining moment. I had probably a very similar high school experience to you
Yeah.
because I went to a high school that was literally a 7-minute drive from his. I know because I dated guys who went to his school
Yeah.
like a year ahead of him, and I was often up there. Like St. Joe got out of school. I think we got out at like 2:50, and you guys were out at 3.
Yes.
And between 2:50 and 3 p.m., that was enough time for me to get to CBC and be waiting in the parking lot to see my friends and whoever I was looking for. But no, you said something about like not caring, and like also everyone experiences bullying to some degree.
Yeah.
Which I think totally shaped how I went into high school, because I went to a small ass grade school. My entire class, my graduating class from grade school, which was kindergarten through 8th grade, and in private schools called grade school, in public schools called elementary school, because you only go like K through 5.
Oh, okay.
And then it's middle school it's middle school or junior high,
Yeah.
6 through 8. But at Catholic school, it's kindergarten through 8th grade all in one building, and my whole class was 48 kids. And from day one, they did not like me. Like in kindergarten, I remember my first day of kindergarten.
Jeez, I wonder
I came
why.
home,
Kindergarten.
and
I
my
don't
mom,
like you either.
Jesus.
my mom goes, "So how was your first day of school?" And I remember just telling her, they all teased me, and she's like, "Oh, you guys will get to know each other. It'll get better." It
Psych.
didn't. I was there through 8th grade, and I had friends that like, it was the same group of boys that would like bully lots of people, but it came to a head in 6th grade when one of the guys who was like in this group, I was helping him. He was helping me with a test. We're like giving each other answers, which you're not supposed to do. Obviously, it's cheating. We got caught, and he got yelled at, and I didn't. But the teacher didn't even he didn't even bring us to the principal or anything. Because he couldn't prove we were cheating. He just saw that we were like whispering at one point, and he was like, "All right, separate." He's like, "So and so, get away from her. Go sit over there." So he got yelled at. I didn't. And he lost his shit and started a whole tirade. There were, I think, like 24 boys in my class. He got all 24 of them on board with like
Jesus.
relentlessly bullying me
Aw.
for the next 3 years.
Poor little
6th through
Taylor.
8th grade, to a point where by my 8th grade year, my own group of friends, because they had become interested in boys, no longer wanted to be associated with me inside school. They'd only talk to me
Wild.
outside of school.
Damn.
Because they didn't want
Harsh.
the fact that all the guys hated me to rub off on them to where they wouldn't have boyfriends.
Yeah,
and
middle
stuff.
school was weird also.
So it was like,
Middle
so
school's
I
usually
went
the
from
roughest.
grade school going into a
Yeah,
private
I'd
all girls
agree.
high school, going in with the idea I'm not going to give a fuck about anything.
Hey.
And it really worked for me because I didn't give a shit. I tried 0% to impress a single fucking person. And I ended up having a giant friend group. I had like 30 girls from my class that I regularly hanged out with, which was giant because my whole class was 160 people. Now there was still that like
Jeez.
stereotypical
Your
like
school was that small?
yeah. Well, St. Joe was 600 people, including faculty.
Really?
But my senior
Jesus.
class had one group of girls who I could see you referring to them as like the popular girls or like the rich girls because they were like stupid rich to the point where they're like, well, I wanted to go to the Bahamas for Christmas, but my mom wants to go to New York and visit my fucking family and blah, blah, blah. And it's
Yo.
like, and they were also the girls who were like 16 with fake IDs dating guys in their early 20s, which is wildly
Ooh.
problematic.
Hey, yo.
And
They're
so
like,
even
nasty.
though like I could see them being the stereotypical like popular girls, because the class was so small, I didn't feel like St. Joe was incredibly cliquey. We're like, those girls are wild. We don't hang out with them, but we're very nice to them. Everyone was very nice all the time. There was no like bitterness or meanness, and it wasn't like, here's the jocks, here's the popular kids, here's the weirdos. So like what I got really into in high school was visual art. I would be like, I could see in another school me being like a total outcast and weirdo for this, but I would take every painting and drawing class I could because that's what I've loved and I wanted to go to college for. And I would be like coming to school early to go paint, and I'd be like blaring like Rage Against the Machine, like fuck you, you won't do what you do. Like I'd be playing that song, like throwing paint at a canvas and like coming to class like covered in paint, like hair all fucked up, like, oh Kayla, did you make another paint? I'm like, yeah, no, it was a good day.
It was productive
So
today.
I ended up loving high school, and I think the fact that it was all girl let me be who I wanted to be because I didn't have this fear of like the guys fucking hate me and they're gonna tell me I'm fat and I'm ugly and I'm stupid and that like no one wants me there and that I should kill myself and all these
you're
things.
not having to deal with just the whole like interaction of just male and female. You're just going through your own shit, and it's like them not being there, like it's not even that lets you focus because it's like high school is still like I didn't care, dude.
Yeah.
Like it was just high school was easy, but then like the girls not being there, just when they came after school, it was like all of everything that we needed to do was done.
Yeah.
So like now you can fuck around.
I feel like I went to school in a different fucking country, man. Like
You probably did.
I did not have that experience in the slightest.
Yeah.
That was, no, I'll tell you about it in a minute.
in a minute. So Nick, you feel like you went to high school in a different country listening to Corey talk.
Yeah, because for one thing, y'all went to schools that separated the genders. And
I didn't. I'm with you, Nick.
Yeah, you go next.
You go next.
Okay.
I want to piggyback off of what they was saying.
Yeah.
I went to school in Georgia.
Deadass.
Georgia. I'm not gonna sing the whole song.
Please don't.
But
Sing the whole song.
no, I was a band child.
Were you a band geek or was it cool to be in band?
Nobody gave a fuck. It was.
Yeah.
it
I
wasn't
feel like
it
real
was,
life high school is nothing like movies or what you
It's
expect it
not.
to be.
Nothing is
Never
like
has.
movies.
I-
Movies
yeah.
are fake.
Yeah, no.
I feel like all that stuff happened in the 80s, and people
Right.
just keep making movies about it.
That's
but
true.
That's not how
No,
it's real.
I feel that
Yo,
too because my
hey.
mom was talking about how she was a band geek. I was like, there were kids
The
in
Breakfast
choir
Club
and band, and like it
is
was cool.
wild.
No, yeah, no. I was a
great
band
movies.
child, and like, I wasn't unpopular because I was in band. I was unpopular because I didn't speak to anybody in my classes because I didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
I hated every minute of every class that I was
Damn.
Really?
in, except for band. Band
Oh,
was
man.
awesome.
Okay.
I got to play music. I got to actually speak to friends that I liked.
Yeah.
I get into other classes. I didn't know most of the people because I went to a middle school where not okay. So there was only like 3 or 4 middle schools in my hometown, and there was only like 2 high schools. I went to the one middle school where like most of the people didn't go. And,
Okay.
Like most of the people at that middle school went to the other high school, so I didn't know like a shit ton of people there, and. Like, I knew some people. The people that I knew, like my friend group going in, we were cool and all. But then some of those people changed. People change in high school.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Does that happen to you? Yeah.
Correct.
People
No, yeah.
change.
I went from being an outcast to being like hard partier. My friends were like,
Oh, same
Nutty.
over here. We went a bit crazy. But
we lost our GD.
no, some of the
minds.
people turned into huge dickheads.
True.
happens.
And
That
started
happens, too.
talking shit. And I'm like, what? We were friends last year. Why are you being this way? And they're like, fuck you. And I'm like, it's like, and people, and like, I don't know. Then the cliques, there were some cliques. I noticed a few. Like, there's one, so in my hometown, It's called Brunswick, but there's also in our county there's the islands. There's Jekyll and St. Simon's Island. Not many people live on Jekyll Island, but St. Simon's Island. A lot
What about
of people
Hyde
live
Island?
On. Why don't you shut up?
You're done.
That was really funny.
But
It was actually.
St. Simon's Island is where a lot of people live, and you got most people who live on St. Simon's got a little bit of money.
Alright.
Ooh.
But they also live in the same neighborhood. They grew up in the same schools. They knew each other growing up, so they stuck
Yeah.
together. And we were all, and everybody else was kind of outsiders. It's not exactly, there was some overlap here and there, but that's basically the thing. And a lot of those kids were fucking dicks. I did not like a lot of them.
Yeah.
This one kid, I remember he pointed to me in my face. He just was like, "I don't like poor people."
I feel like
Ew.
there were a lot
Yo.
of kids like that maybe at CBC.
He said it to my face.
The thing about it, and pause on your story just for a quick second. The one thing I have noticed a lot, and I don't know if it was CBC that revealed it to me or later on in life when I got to college and stuff like that. Yo, dog, like rich white people, like the way they look at like poor like country bumpkins and everything, like they
Oh, yeah.
like especially like racist like white people, like they look at like poor white people the same as they do like black people.
It's very
It's
true.
like they
Oh,
treat
man.
them like dirt, and it's
They
like
do.
I saw some people at CBC like get treated like absolute crap, like by like some of like the richer kids,
Yeah.
just due to the fact that they just were just in a different economic class than
Yeah.
them. And I was like,
I wasn't
Wild.
even that poor growing up.
I was like, oh my god, dog.
Did you have a flip phone until 2 years ago?
That was by
Correct.
choice. That was
Oh
by
my
choice
God.
because I
Okay.
didn't like people. I didn't.
What?
I didn't give a shit about talking to people. I had people in my phone. I'm like, yeah, I'll text them, and I didn't care about the internet because I had a computer. But
Okay.
then I got
Yeah, yeah.
and the only reason I got a smartphone is because somebody gave it to me, and my plan was $5 cheaper a month if I'd have got it.
Hey, squad.
So,
Bet.
that's the only reason I have this phone to this day.
You probably get more calls than I do, straight up.
I get more calls because that's people asking for money. That's people I owe money.
What?
Oh.
Oh.
I'm
No,
an-
you get calls from like your friend. You go outside and you talk to him for like 10 minutes, and then
that wasn't my friend. That was my neighbor. He's
well, like
Do
but
they
other
not
times they're
know?
friends.
Like
sometimes my
you
friends.
said you get people calling asking for money. You mean like the scam callers, or
No,
like
people that I owe
you
money
actually
to.
know? Oh,
Yeah, no, I
Not
get
people I
called
know,
and reminded about my
companies.
student loans as if I forgot that I owe the government more money than I've ever seen
I've
in my
never
life.
picked up that phone.
I get called
Okay.
asking
They call
to pay
me.
back my student loans, and I don't have any.
yes, I hate that.
I hate you
I
for
can't
that.
stand
No,
that.
I get actual calls from the people that are like, "Hey, just so you
But
know,
anyway-
your payment's due this month." That blah
Yeah,
blah blah. I'm
yeah.
like, "Oh, I know.
Thank you.
Trust me,
didn't-
I know."
I didn't forget.
But anyway, so yeah, I did have a flip phone all throughout high school. Even I had a flip from like 10th grade onward. I didn't have a phone until I was in like 10th or 11th grade.
All good.
So
Same with me, probably.
yeah, but like I had my buddies, and I met some new friends in high school. I had some buddies in the band. I burned some dubs. I poked some boobs.
Oh,
We were,
you
I had
poked them just
That's
like
one way to say it.
You assaulted
I
them?
didn't know. I didn't know at the time.
Assaulted.
No,
Right.
we were. No, I had good times and bad times. I didn't like most of high school, but I liked most of high school that was outside of the school. You feel me?
Yeah.
See, I would go back if I could.
No,
Really?
Life
I
was
would not.
so much simpler.
Ew.
no.
And I definitely had more real friends then than I do now. I've got a lot of people now that I like see and I know and I hang out with.
You just called us fake dog.
No, not you guys. I'm talking like outside of my music life. I've got a lot
Yeah.
of people.
I don't
but
think-
I'm not sure I'd call them like. Okay, so I'm weird about calling people my friend.
Yeah,
Just because I know
agreed.
someone and I've like hung out with them before.
Yeah, you're
doesn't mean-
acquaintances.
That's
yeah,
that's probably how most people.
well, no, because Gary's like, oh, my friend so and so, and I'm like, who? What's their last name? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, well, then they're not. If you don't know their last name, they're not your friend.
Is that
I
the only
gotta-
criteria, Caleb?
I don't
No,
know a lot
I
of my
feel like-
friends' first names.
I feel like for someone to really be your friend, you've had to have like
Agreed. To receive the
experiences
title.
with them to where you know that they've got your back and you've got theirs, and you mutually have the same kind of care and support for each other and
I'd agree with
respect
that.
for each other.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think it's just a little weird because I got some people who are like that, but at the same time, it's like my friend group is so tightly knit. Like, I can name everyone in like my friend group who's like actually like a close friend.
Oh yeah. No, I'd
And
say
it's
I've
like-
got like
and-
10 of them.
And y'all are getting there. You can almost
Am I getting there, Corey?
You guys know each other.
Do I have to work my way in there, dog? Where am I? I'm on the outside still.
You and I have known
20
each
years.
other. You and I have known each other our entire lives.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Am I
though.
working my window? Where am I at, Corey?
I'm gonna tell you this though.
Dead ass.
The way y'all feel about that or with high school, that's how I felt in college. College was
You'd
a
go
different
back?
story for me. I wouldn't go back
to high school.
I
See,
like
I wouldn't
college.
Go back to college.
I liked my college experience. Well, you had some different
College
experiences
was
in college.
like pointless to
Yeah.
me. But like high school, only reason I wouldn't go back is just due to the fact of like I wouldn't want to change the experience. Like sure, I may know what I know now, but at the same time, I wouldn't want to change the
It was so
experience.
valuable
That's
for
all.
you.
No, it was cool. Like it made me who I am like right now.
You know.
That's all.
I wasn't being like sarcastic. It was valuable for you.
Yeah, I know you weren't being sarcastic. It's all good.
You know,
I
high
was.
school was great. I've made friends in high school that I am lifelong friends with today. Most of the people that I actually consider my friends,
Yeah.
I met in high school. They didn't necessarily go to St. Joe. I hung out with a lot of Lindbergh kids, a lot of CBC kids. And to this day, I know I could call any single one of them and be like, I need help or I'm in trouble.
That's what's up.
And they would be there. Where like a lot of the people I hang out with now, it's like, if I were to call them and be like, hey, want to go get drunk? They'd be like, sure. But if I was like, hey, I need to talk to someone, they'd be like, oh, I'm busy.
No,
Yeah.
No, I got that from college. I only have like one. Yeah, I've got like one friend from high school who I can actually call with real problems. I
Yeah.
have plenty of people from high school who I can be like, yo, let's go party. I'm in town, motherfucker. Woo! And then they'd be like, I'm down. But then
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey, man, I'm having issues. And they'd be like, I got a
Exactly.
thing that day.
I think I think that also depends on your personality. I have a really polarizing personality. I think so. I think high school at least showed me that.
Polarizing?
Polarizing? Like,
Yeah,
like,
like,
you think
I'm
you suck?
Like I shake it and then the photo
In
develops.
the sense of almost funny.
You're like,
No, it was like you either like me or you don't, which I think a
I
lot of
really
people
don't.
might-
No, see, I didn't get that from you. I got off the bat that you seemed very respectful and very kind, which I think are huge factors
mean-
into whether or not you can
We
like
all know
or
that ain't true.
tolerate someone.
I mean that, but at like the same time, I think it's
look
Like
who's
you
I don't
waited
know.
till we knew you a little better to like get weird with us.
yes, correct, correct. Like I gotta wait to like I just throw my.
We're like
weirdness
some
on
of the
people.
shit. If you did it off the bat, we'd be like,
Whoa.
oh.
I'm gonna say this. On the whole,
Sorry.
you know, like when I first met Dylan, I was like, "Oh man, this dude's cool. He's just a cool nerd playing bass."
Oh no.
Cool.
You
nerd.
got you got a mouth on you, man.
Oh,
You
Dylan's mouthy.
Listen.
this man talks the most shit I've
He's
ever
a
heard.
professional hater.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Someone used it. Yes.
And
Thank you.
the thing is, he doesn't even have to have an opinion. He doesn't even care about his opinion. He just hates on
No,
something just
it's
to
like,
fucking
it's like
hate
this.
on
He
it.
doesn't
It's-
have to be informed.
Yeah.
Right? No, it's cool. It's like
It's
he's
his
like
opinion.
he hears something.
And he
He
presents it
hears
as
something. He
fact.
goes, "Oh, dude, that's fucking shit, dude. That's fucking sucks."
Yeah, no. Like I'll be.
Give me an example, Corey. What are you talking about?
I'll
Alright,
give
cool.
him an example of like a
Okay.
band that I like. I'm not saying they're world class musicians. I'm not saying they're the greatest band in the world. I'm saying I like this song. Dylan goes, "Oh no, that's absolute fucking trash." I'm like, okay, well I'm just saying I like it. I'm not saying it's good.
Wait a minute. But Corey said that I don't have any knowledge about it. I heard the song and that song's fucking trash.
No. I mean, like you could hear a subject, like someone could be talking about something, right?
Okay, give me an example.
All right, fine. Here.
I told
Cool.
you. No, I got an example.
Okay.
No, I actually think so. When Dylan gives his opinion on something, it's usually in something that he knows about, and he just feels his opinion is fact. Where Corey, you've gone out and just like said shit before.
What do you mean? Okay, now you have to explain to me.
I mean,
what
So
you, what you
Corey
mean by that.
goes-
Oh, now she needs to explain? Yeah, you need
No,
to
she
explain
needs to
first.
explain what I mean by that. No, that's
So like
fine.
last
I'll
week in the
handle that.
podcast, when I was like, I like Sims, and Corey goes, "Oh, that's fucking terrible." And
That's
Dylan's like,
because I have
"Sims is cool."
experience with Sims.
I like.
Sims.
I'm not gonna go into why I have experience with Sims only because it's just a little personal. But that's not the point. The point
Sims
is
is cool.
Sims.
And then,
no,
and
it's
then
not.
he makes the assumption.
pretty fun.
He goes,
It's garbage.
Sim
No, he
City?
goes.
Ooh.
He goes.
Stop.
Oh, Sims is whack.
Ooh,
You're
I
just-
love
he
Sims.
goes, Sims is whack. You're just basic as fuck. And I'm like,
You are.
for liking Sims?
Yes, Sims is garbage.
Because I know I'm
Sims
a
is
very
pretty awesome.
weird.
Okay.
Hold on. Because
Okay, hold on.
I know I'm a weird person,
Okay.
and to be basic, you got to be like, oh my god, Lululemon is life. And I'm
Corey out here, like
gonna-
Smash 4, calls her trash.
No.
So
You
because
like
I like
Smash
Get away
Sims-
from me right
Smash
now.
4 is
Stop talking.
ass, dog.
Pause, because I like Sims. I'm lumped in with all these basic bitches from high school that weren't in my friend group, who we were like made fun
I
of.
didn't lump you in with the basic bitches. I just lumped you
I
in the
was
basic
hurt.
bitches that like Sims. But no, that's not
And
why.
Corey's wrong too, right?
No.
He insulted you, and he's wrong because Sims is cool.
Sims is not okay. Okay, fine. Okay, you know what? I will refine this. I will explain why I think this. The problem with
Sims
Sims
got
that
an
I
example about Dylan, so
Yeah,
go
okay.
ahead.
This is the problem I have with Sims. It's not that it's not cool because like I've played it before. I even have Sims 4 right now on my laptop due to reasons. But that's not the point. The point is that I played that game. There is a limit that you can get to with that game in regards to what you can do. But
Mods.
Mods.
Yes,
I learn
you
every
have
day how
mods,
to do
blah,
new
blah,
builds.
blah, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah,
the
new
game's
builds,
infinite,
blah,
dog.
blah, blah, blah.
Infinite. You can do anything.
Infinite
are
my
God
ass.
in Sims.
Yes, correct. But you know what? The problem with that game is that it's dangerous. You know
Oh,
why?
yeah.
Because you can sit there and live a completely different fucking life. I have a problem with
That's
that.
called a
because-
role-playing game, Corey.
No.
They've
this-
existed
hey,
since video games
it's
existed.
different. It's different. You are
it?
literally taking care of.
It's kind of the same as
Okay.
Minecraft.
Okay.
Okay, so what video
really
game
don't
were you
know.
making a comparison to?
No, you
and you
can,
had something about
you don't
Dylan
need
too.
Okay, so before we oh yeah, an example
Not
of
gonna pour me any? All right.
hey, an example of Dylan being just a hater because for the sake of it, for the love of the game,
It is for the love of the game. I do love the game. It's a nice game.
is also
I think I'm winning it.
his hatred of most
are.
foods. This is the most picky eater I've ever met.
You haven't met some of my family.
What?
Yeah, I
There's
haven't.
no way.
One
But
of
so
them said-
far, you're the pickiest I've ever met.
Please don't tell me there's someone more.
Tell
picky
us
than
about
you.
him in a minute, but I want to tell this example. So,
All right.
like, you're the kind of person who you hear a food that you've never heard of. You hear about one, and you're like, that sounds fucking gross.
Yeah.
Okay, but
You make your, like, boiled peanuts, which are delicious.
that sounds
No,
gross.
no, no, no,
I'm
no,
not
no,
wrong.
no, no,
That's
no,
okay.
No.
Something
He
can
at
sound
least
gross.
Experienced that.
He did
doesn't-
try it,
He
but-
doesn't do food. Like,
Did you
he
hear
doesn't
him-
say anything about
But
foods.
something can sound gross to you, Nick.
No.
It's okay, right? Am
That's
I
fine.
wrong? Am I tripping?
No, stop. You really don't ever make comments about like foods that you don't know of or anything else like that. But like,
He did that one time.
but like calamari and
Because
stuff.
it does sound gross. Calamari.
like
Yeah, I don't like calamari either.
Yeah, he
I don't
only
like
makes-
seafood.
Jesus Christ, he doesn't like seafood.
Yeah,
I don't like seafood. If it's in the ocean, I don't want it.
Dylan, list. Dylan, list.
It's from a lake. I still don't want it.
Dylan, list.
A river? No.
Dylan.
PetSmart? No.
Dylan, list every food you don't like.
I
All
couldn't
of
do
them,
that.
unless it is.
That's the whole podcast.
Unless it is chicken fingers, mott sticks, burgers, quesadillas,
And waffles.
I saw you.
Waffles.
Oh, I love waffles. I like
I saw
steak.
him eat a steak one time.
I like steak. I actually really like steak
Which
bowls.
is so
well, you took
wild
3
that you
bites
like
of that
steaks.
steak and then gave it
It's
to me.
'cause
No,
he-
I ate half of it.
Okay.
He
It
also
was really big.
He also ate like 4 loaves of bread or some shit.
Did you just say the steak was really big?
It was really big.
Because I opened
It-
up that
finish
box like
it?
this is a whole
It was like
ass
20
steak.
ounces. Yeah,
Finish that shit off.
I didn't finish it up. You were across the table. You didn't even know. You didn't say one word to me on my birthday. So.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
birthday.
exactly.
Birthday.
On my
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
I
Happy
invited
birthday.
you to eat food, paid for it. You ordered pasta and then left immediately. And I'm
Who
like, all
paid
right.
for it?
My dad did.
Correct.
Okay.
Exactly.
My bad.
Shut up.
My bad. Not you. Not you.
All right.
Anyway.
funny.
So we got into a bit of a scuffle off camera a minute ago here when we were.
Oh
Yeah, Caleb punched Nick in the face.
The second.
Yeah, what was the
No,
second one?
so
Nick?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah,
You
the
had
second thing I was
something
saying,
else about Dylan.
like, no, you were talking about The Sims. I've never played Sims, but you're saying like it's interactive and you're building, you get lost and you're building your own
No,
world.
you don't build. You don't build.
You don't build anything.
You do
I
build.
build.
I mean, you can build, but not like Minecraft.
I
build.
play
Oh,
play
not like
Sims
Minecraft build.
specifically, not so much to actually live out the lives as the characters.
Are you
but-
sure?
No. I
She
do
wants-
it to do like crazy builds. Like I've built an underground house. I built an underwater house.
You want
You
to be
can't-
God.
No.
I like to create and
Don't-
design crazy ass buildings.
Okay, don't say that. That's
Then play
the only reason you
Minecraft.
play Sim, 'cause
No,
I
it's
kn-
not. No, it's not the only, but it's
No.
probably the biggest. I like to
Okay.
recreate people's homes. I'm also a realtor, and I'll pull blueprints of a house I like.
Okay.
I'm talking about Minecraft, and she's like, you can't, do whatever you can do whatever the fuck you want in Minecraft.
Yeah.
It's
No, I've
awesome.
played it before, and it's like you build, and you're essentially building a fort to escape zombies. And
No, you
No,
play
not-
free play. You play free
Oh,
play.
I've
You can
never
play
played
free play, which you just
you
build
sounded like
whatever you
descri-
want.
You described Fortnite like. The
Okay,
I've
no,
never
you should,
played
Fortnite.
I never played
PvE maybe.
Not the,
like
P-
the story
yeah, the
mode.
PvE is what she described. But no,
But
anyway,
no,
sorry.
I babysit kids who play Minecraft. And they're like,
Built
we
a
got a
fort.
tunnel underground to hide from the zombies,
Hide
and
from
we're
the
building a
zombies.
den down here.
No, that's like the regular
That's-
mode. You gotta
I
play
mean,
free mode. Free
and
mode
even
is the
then-
best.
No. Okay, so just
It's
to
fun.
address the whole her Sims thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, we'll go back to the
Now,
Sims.
and I explained it off camera as well.
No, you didn't.
I did slightly. I said my whole issue with Sims is it's not that I hate it. I understand why people like it. My problem is the addictiveness of the game.
Oh yeah, I've got 730 hours in.
But that's like not a lot though.
No, okay.
I
over
played
how
WoW for
long-
years.
I know, yeah. Over how long Sims has been out, sure, that's not a long time. But my thing about it is like I've played that game. I hate it. Okay, I don't actually hate Sims.
How many hours you have in Smash Core?
Dude, let's not even talk about that.
All right
foolishness.
then.
Jesus Christ.
It's too addictive.
I don't
head
know
ass.
what a lot of time to invest in a video game is because I'm not a gamer. But I've had Sims
you're a Sims
for.
player.
I've had Sims for on
I mean, you
what it's
game.
been logging. I think it was over like a year and a half. I've got 730 hours. So I don't know if that's a lot or not a lot. Or
I mean, I don't really know, but
But what's funny to me is that people like going in Sims, and I have a friend who she loves to go in there and just live the most wildest life you could possibly live. She has like 10 baby daddies. It's just the funniest
Oh no!
thing.
I built a family one time that was this guy, and I gave him the personality trait of hates children and non-committal.
Yes.
I gave him a wife and
God.
3 baby mamas, all in the same house.
It's hilarious to watch that
They were all
foolishness.
pregnant. He had like 5 kids, and I think he ended up dying of the tense emotion because he hated his children. And by the time he died, he had like 25 kids by like 17 different baby mamas.
Jesus
and died.
Lived his best life
And I'm just sitting here and I'm
ever.
like, this game is stupid.
that sounds like Nick in real life.
I don't have any children.
Yeah, Nick
that I
doesn't
know.
know.
of.
Nick's got 25 kids by 17 baby mamas.
That can't prove it.
Let's go down to Georgia. They all
So
named
I played
five.
24
there.
days worth of
I
Sims.
just no. You played 30 days worth of Sims
Wow.
straight. That's what
Well,
730.
see,
hours.
what I
It
do
wasn't
though-
straight. She didn't play 700 hours. Oh, I see what you're saying.
No, yeah.
No, yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
yeah.
if you were to stretch it out straight.
That's not that
730
bad. A month is pretty bad.
But you've been
entire
playing
month.
WoW for
That's a
a
lot.
long time.
Yeah.
I haven't played WoW.
Well,
in
what I'll
years.
do is because I'm so fucking busy with work and shit that I'll usually wait till I'm on a vacation where I know I've got like 2 weeks off, and I'll go fucking hard for 2
It
weeks.
feels so good to like go hard in a game every once in a while.
Dude, you are.
Yeah.
Like if you just like go. Oh.
So you're kind of a gamer, at least slightly.
I don't think that makes me a gamer. I don't lump Sims in with like people who competitively
You
game.
can't
Yeah,
lump-
you
but
don't have to
you can't lump
compete
it in.
to be a gamer.
Yeah.
If you just play games, you're a gamer.
No,
Straight
no
up.
one wins in
Oh,
Sims.
We're inclusive.
Look, I'm into games,
true.
but I don't compete against anybody because I only have one controller for my N64.
Yeah,
don't have
but
any
you're
friends.
competing against the computer. What I'm saying in
Yeah,
Sims,
I
no one
don't.
wins.
Are we?
Because you're not
So
one of
these
them.
shots, like, are we
Okay,
just
let's do a
leaving them
shot,
alone?
and then
Yeah,
let's
'cause I
get
can, like,
into
start leaving this.
the tussle that we got into off camera when I went to reset the timer.
What was the?
Corey needs to prove to me what he said about
Cheers.
me.
Cheers.
Salud.
This is way too much, Corey. Why'd you do this to me? Oh fuck.
He's.
Holy hell! Oh, thank you.
Why is it salty?
Because you're
You're
fucking
just now
salty.
finally tasting. Correct.
That's just your mouth tasting itself, you salty bitch.
So we got into a little bit of a not a tussle, but a debate off camera.
We fought.
A little bit, because
I won.
I was telling Corey.
You really didn't.
The reason I brought up earlier with Sims and him calling me basic
we-
and stuff.
we won, actually.
In the last podcast, he said the words, well, Kayla's just fucking basic. So I have been stewing for the last several days. I'm like, how the hell does Corey call me basic? I was like, I accidentally lived on a hippie commune for 6 months on a road trip gone awry, which is like one of the weirdest scenarios in my life that I know many people have not done. And my definition of basic is someone who follows the crowd and does what everyone does.
That's just a follower.
Look.
And
not a
that's
basic
definitely
person.
not me.
Look.
No,
I already come up with the solution. Is that yeah, you're a fucking weirdo, but you're a little basic. You got a little. We all got a little
Okay,
something weird
fine,
in there.
fine.
Like
we
I
can
was
come
saying-
to the middle ground of we all have basic tendencies.
No, it's not even that. It's like we all got something. We're
Battle
all
tendencies?
Different people.
JoJo's?
What'd you say?
Like
Battle
for,
tendencies? Season 2? JoJo?
Hey,
For example.
side conversations not allowed in the podcast.
For example, I grew up in the South. I don't consider myself a redneck, but I like country music.
Yeah, no.
I can't hip it.
Disgusting.
I drive
Hip
a
it.
pickup truck.
And if
I
Corey-
can't hip it.
Well, you can't help that when someone bought that for you.
If Corey told me that
wanted it.
like playing Sims is
Oh.
a basic tendency that I have, I'd take no issue with it because I know all girls play Sims.
Whatever.
Okay, I mean, don't generalize, but you are basic, Caleb.
So
Basic
I
girls
want
play.
to know Why
Can
the
you show me?
fuck, Corey?
Something so real about the strangers like me? Yes. I
What?
love that song. Sorry.
me?
I didn't say it.
Dude,
I was
he's
thinking about
becoming
Tarzan.
me now,
My
dog.
bad.
Oh, okay.
We just go on a different topic, dog.
Phil Collins. Thank you.
Dun, 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 dun,
So
dun,
I
dun,
wanted
dun,
to
dun, dun.
know why Corey thinks I'm basic, because that hurt my feelings.
Whatever.
Because you like Mr. Brightside. We all
Okay.
know
The
this.
fact
I
that
like
no, no,
Mr.
no, no, no.
Brightside.
I don't.
Except Nick.
no, Nick, that's
Let me
because Nick's
see.
not white.
Let me go back. Let me actually
Hey.
let me formulate this properly so I can say this right.
Oh, think about it. Let's go.
All right. So
Dun, 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 dun.
it's like I said beforehand. I think Kayla just has slight basic tendencies. She has like, well, okay. I can't even call. Should I even call that a basic tendency? No,
Do
that might just
Do
be
it.
a white person thing.
Do it.
actually. It's like the alcoholism.
Oh, that's pretty basic, dog.
Hey.
No, I just have an active social life.
No, why do you
No.
call it that?
What do you mean?
That's like a-
that I go
a
out
cover.
on the weekends?
No. Okay, this is my problem.
The fact that you have a version of you that you call Tequila.
Oh, you named that, Dylan.
I
We
did,
named
but
it,
you still
at the
had the
same
version.
time,
It still existed.
You said that.
I just
the
named it.
reason I like tequila is because of the person. it
Oh
brings
no, that's
out
not
in
the
me.
reason. No. I like tequila because I like tequila. I like margaritas. I like to
Tastes
do
like
shots
dirt.
of tequila. But I said I also have some fond memories of tequila where tequila came out and shit got wild.
So, Corey, you think anybody who just enjoys alcohol is an alcoholic?
Yeah, 'cause I think Nick definitely drinks more than I do.
No.
I don't know about that.
You're not
I don't know
understanding
about that.
Yeah, we don't know about that.
We don't know about that. That's yeah. We
Correct.
I don't go out that often, and I,
I don't
drink
say anyone-
alone that
But
often either.
I don't drink in the house unless you guys are here. I only drink when I go out.
Oh no, okay.
Yeah.
I don't
So-
go out that.
so
I don't
she's a
ever
social-
go out unless.
But
I'm
are you
with
going out
guys.
to go out, or are you going out to
I go
drink?
out to go out. Like the
Yeah,
other night, I
okay.
went out to dinner, and it turned into my friend group wanting to go to bars after. I thought we were going
Yeah,
to dinner.
okay.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, my thing is this, and this is just I think white people in general. And this is from me going to Cape and like being at SEMO for 4 years. When you guys go out to drink, it is not about finding like the drinks you like or anything else like that.
Okay, a comedian said this already, dog.
Also,
you
that
stole
was
this.
college too,
Yeah,
man.
no,
That's
it's
college in
correct.
general.
You stole this from a comedian.
No, I know
It's
that.
not about stealing from a comedian. It's like it's correct.
And
I
also-
think it's the
but you
right
still did. You
observation.
still know what
And
I'm
also,
talking about,
look,
right?
look, that's just college, man. College, you're just trying to get fucked up because most people in college, that's the first time they're allowed to get fucked up.
And
No.
I
You guys
don't-
get fucked up at the house. Like, you guys have been drinking for years.
I haven't.
Especially at CBC. Like, everyone there was like, oh, yeah, I drink with my parents. Nigga, what?
Oh no, I never drank with my parents until I was a grown ass man. Like
That's
that
weird.
didn't happen.
That's
no,
weird
that's
to me.
not weird. That's
I didn't
not.
I had to
drink-
hide
That's
it.
weird to me.
I didn't
because
drink
like a normal kid.
with
That's
my
because you went to a
parents.
private school, Corey.
Okay, so I didn't drink with my
Correct,
parents,
probably.
but my family is very, very like on my dad's side is very, very Italian. To where wine, like red wine, a little bit of it was given to us on special occasions. Once we were like 13, 14, and you'd get like a little half cup of
This guy's
red wine
religious.
at
You
like
blame-
Christmas
Did you
dinner.
get, like, snot on me?
I didn't.
Anyway, sorry, no.
Anyway, no, like yeah.
So in those situations I did, but in high school my parents knew I drank. I wasn't drinking with them or in front of them. They knew I was doing it,
See, like-
and they were saying, "Okay, we know you're gonna drink. You're a high schooler. That's what high schoolers do." They were just like, "Be safe.
Yeah, excuse me.
Don't drink and drive." And then because of that, I never felt the need to like rebel.
No, yeah, which is
And
why
I-
I think white parents do that. But at the same time, it's like as a black, like if my parents found out I had drank any form of alcohol before the age of like 21, they would have been like,
Well, also, hey, you say that my parents were the same way. They did not want me to drink, but
sure,
look,
everyone
look.
has to like.
I think it's a Baptist thing because we're both Baptists.
That's true.
I think it's that because
Maybe.
like no, like there's this old joke. It's like there's like how do you tell if a Baptist is an alcoholic? You look in his closet
See-
because that's where they had the liquor bottles.
I'm Catholic. Catholics drink. They're
Yeah,
like,
they
no
drink
for
it.
They
drinking.
drink the blood of
Church.
Christ every Sunday.
What the fuck? I went
Yeah.
to no. The first
Little
time.
wine never hurt nobody.
No.
Head ass.
Listen,
Head ass.
Listen,
Psych.
I did not know that. I was at my brother's wife's family's house.
Yeah.
They're Catholic, and they had their priest come over and just have dinner with them because he was a
Did he get
he was
tore
a cool
up?
dude. He had wine and wine. I'm like, oh, what
Bam,
the fuck
bam.
is this?
Knocking it back.
I'd never seen that in my. I was like, you're a man of God. What are you doing?
My man
He's
got
like, you
wasted.
darn right I am.
You damn right. I
it
am.
was
Blood of Christ.
insane. Yeah, you Catholics
Blood
are
of Christ,
dirty.
dog.
So I also think, though, because I hang out with a lot of like bartenders and people that are working restaurants and that are industry.
Yeah.
Where that's the norm is like if you're going out for an evening, you're going to have a couple drinks. Where I feel like you're coming from different backgrounds. To
What do
where,
you mean a couple drinks?
Like the other night, I had 3 drinks. We went out to dinner and then we went out to a bar after.
Okay.
I had 2 glasses of wine.
I mean,
at dinner,
okay,
and
so
then
a
I had
lot of-
whiskey at
a
the
lot
So
bar.
of
my only
people
question
in-
to you. Oh, no,
Yeah.
no, go ahead.
A lot of people in like the food industry are functioning alcoholics, like straight up. Like a lot of waiters are functioning alcoholics. That's why they like the waiting job because they can be out late at night, sleep all day, and then wake up and like drink.
Okay.
Straight
so
up.
my question to you
I don't
is.
agree with that,
So
but-
my
It's a
question to
fact.
you is this. Okay. So you know the picture on the Crystal Lady page of you like fucking dead in the fucking bathroom.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
All right.
I
How
get that
often
way,
does that
like,
happen?
Like 3 to 4 times a year. It's my birthday, it's New Year's Eve, and then it's 2 one-offs that like accidentally happen.
All right. So
Why do you go hard for New Year's Eve?
So my
I love
question
New
is,
Year's
how often? So like when you go out, how
Mm-hmm.
many drinks do you normally have? Because I think the reason that happens is like your tolerance level should be at a certain point. Because you at least every time I've gone out with you now, it's like every time I've been out in a restaurant or whenever we've been out as a band, like I've seen you drink at least something. Like,
Oh yeah,
there's
if I'm going out to
something that
dinner,
you
I'm
get.
having a drink.
Yeah.
Why?
So it's like how? Yeah,
Because-
that's just strange to
well,
me.
no, because I like to try new things. See, my thing is, I really like whiskey and I really like stout beers. So
Mm-hmm.
if I'm somewhere and they've got a whiskey or a stout I've never heard of or had
Mm-hmm.
before, I'm gonna order it.
I mean-
because I wanna, I like to check it out and see what's going on.
I understand that because if I go someplace that I've never been to before and they got mozzarella sticks, I'm getting mozzarella sticks. I gotta try new mozzarella sticks.
Yo, that's such a good analogy.
Yeah, so it's like I've got 2 things I really like: whiskey and stouts. So if I find something that I haven't heard of or I haven't tried before, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna try it because I'm here. And so St. Louis is known for like good restaurants, good bars.
Yeah.
A lot of them have revolving menus, so you won't be able to order it again or for several months. So that's why I like to do it.
That is the one thing I've enjoyed a lot about joining you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Just as a drummer, and joining the band is like beforehand, I hated going out. Like I could not stand it. And it's not that I like being by myself, but like especially growing up as like an only child in the house. I'm not an only child. I have like half brothers and sisters, but I was the only one in the house at all times. And whenever then no one actually lived in the house, so I was just basically an only child like throughout most of my life. So that solitary, like I've got forced to enjoy that.
Yeah. So Corey was forced to enjoy solitude as a child. So I think the difference is I am wildly extroverted. I am wildly
Disgusting.
extroverted.
I don't know about wild.
You seem
I-
introverted.
No, I hate
She does?
Yeah.
I hate being alone. I hate me time. I hate alone time. Like I was
Really?
snowed in yesterday at a house where I was dog sitting at in a neighborhood where it's like, okay, my friends don't really live around here. I guess I could go to Sasha's. I like to go to Sasha's because I know everyone who hangs out there. So I know any time of day, anytime I walk into that bar, I'm going to recognize one face and I can talk their ear off.
I guess my question into that is, do you like going to places where you recognize people and like your social,
No,
or do
because
you
even
like?
I'll go to I've gone out to dinner alone before. I've gone to places alone, and I make friends very easily.
Okay.
I like to talk to people. I hate just like I like when I have a day off work or like a day away from like band shit.
Yeah.
Like I love having practice because it gives me a chance to talk to people because I work from home, so I feel so starved of like
That makes
interactions
sense.
with people who aren't in my everyday life that I feel the need to go make new ones.
No, I'm
I wish I felt that way.
very much the opposite.
Oh, I don't either, dog. Kayla's alone in this.
You're a recluse and a half.
No, I
a hermit.
have to be around
Yes,
people.
you are.
I hate being like just alone with my thoughts, which sounds dark.
No, I'm the exact opposite. I like being alone where I can just chill, listen to music,
Really?
beat it, whatever I want to do.
That's the song you like to listen to, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a huge Michael
That's the-
Jackson
Yeah,
fan.
huge
That's
Michael
what I
Jackson.
was talking about. And like, even from back like when I was in like high school, like I had an older brother. I was not an only child, but
Yeah.
that guy was a dick to me before he went in the army or the Marines, excuse me. He
that's the Navy.
He
Come
was
on
the
now.
he was the typical older brother, and
Would it be-
he would just pick on me and shit. And I'm like, I don't want to fucking be around you. And my mom was like, always be like, clean your room.
Can I
And
go
I'm like,
pee?
I don't want to. Can you what?
Can I go pee?
No, fuck
Like
you.
right now?
hold on.
I'm just telling
Is that an emergency?
I mean, it's not. No, it's not. I can hold
All
it.
right. Well, we got one more
Like
thing
in
to
the
talk
middle of
about.
something.
Here, Kayla's coffee cup is empty.
Oh my God, no.
Ah.
Well,
German style.
you know what? Let's wrap it up with.
But yeah, no,
I want to know what Dylan was like in high school.
Yeah,
Finish
yeah,
your
right.
thoughts,
You
and I
You
wanna know
really
what-
don't.
let me finish.
Yes,
my
we do.
thought.
We know you're a piece of shit. It's fine.
Oh my
You
God,
guys
I
don't
don't think
know
you're
the
a piece
level.
of shit, Dylan. I just want to know what you're like in high
No,
school.
no. Back in the day, dog. Oh my God.
You don't know.
You
Okay.
don't know.
Well, I want Nick to finish his thought, and then I want to know what Dylan was like in high school.
I know, but like with you said, when you're alone, when with your thoughts, you're like, I crave people. I need to be talking to somebody. I'm not like that. I feel like I'm one of those introverts who I really do enjoy speaking and talking to people. I like people,
Yeah.
but I also
You sure?
fuck them.
I like people I know, and I don't want to be around people
Exactly,
all the time.
exactly. If I'm with
100%.
people that I know, if I go to some place and I don't know anybody there,
Oh, I
I don't
won't say-
speak.
Really?
Dude, no, Kayla can attest to this about me.
Apparently, it
I do-
depends.
I
It
do
depends
have
on the
that problem
situation.
a little bit, but at the same time, it's like
It depends on the situation, honestly.
it does because it's like if someone doesn't like, I guess interact with me, I won't interact with them.
That's me always.
I'll tell you
So
what.
it's like it's a little weird.
I'll tell you what.
I have to.
I'll start a conversation with a cashier at like Deerberg's, which is a grocery store.
Oh,
here.
fuck
Like,
that.
when I go to like family
Fuck
events
that.
and I know
No.
people,
Let them do their job. I'm sorry.
when I go to a family event and there's people there I know, if no one talks to me, I will not say a word.
That's
oh,
wild.
that's bad.
when
That's
I'm at a
pretty bad.
family
If they don't want,
event,
if they don't want to talk to me, I'm not gonna. I mean, I want to talk to them, but I don't want to
No,
go.
I talk to
I
all my
understand,
family because
but
I don't see
not
them
really.
ever.
Because I actually really like my family, but if
Yeah.
no one says anything to me, then I won't say anything because
What?
that means they don't want to talk to me.
I've got
Ah.
okay. So I've got two very polarized families. My dad's side, my mom's side. My dad's side, nutty, super puts the fun in dysfunctional, unconventional, weird as hell. Love them. I couldn't be weird over there if I tried, and I do. My mom's side, love them to death too. Super fun, but they're very almost leave it to Beaver. Like everything is
Basic.
super like, oh, hi Bob, how's the weather and blah blah blah.
Oh, how was that new Starbucks coffee?
But no, they're very fun and they're very loving and they're great when you get a little wine in them. Oh my god, I love my mom's side. And I've got
So they
cousins.
need-
I've got cousins on my mom's side that I'm super super close with.
So they need the juice to get loose.
They
Gotcha.
get
Juice.
loose with the juice. But on my mom's side, because I'm not the weirdest, I'm not the craziest on my dad's side. On my mom's side, I feel the need to overcompensate, and I make myself the center of attention a lot of times over there at family events.
Okay.
I have to
Ew.
put on a show for people.
No.
But
No.
so you'd say introvert.
I'd say introvert, but I
You-
do.
would you
I
cl-
can be an extrovert. when
Would
I
you
want
consider
to.
yourself an introverted extrovert? Because that's a thing.
Yeah, I would consider myself to be that. Nick feels more so like an introvert to me.
I'm more of an extroverted
Corey, what do I feel like, man?
introvert.
An
What do
extrovert,
you feel like?
introvert.
You feel like a hermit. You
so
feel like Master
hold
Roshi.
on. So would you say introverted extrovert for you?
Yes, most definitely.
And you would say introvert.
Probably.
You've become
Yeah.
extroverted with us, but it's because you know us very well.
Yeah, that's because I know you guys.
Yeah.
And like to like my friends that I like really know, I won't shut up. But if I don't know someone, I won't talk.
That
to
means
them.
you're
Well,
an
speaking
introvert.
of knowing you,
Who are you?
I want to know what you're like in high school, and then
Come
we'll
on,
end
Corey.
it.
Corey, give me your line.
No.
Give
I
it to
want
me.
you to finish. I want
Nah,
you to,
nah,
I want you
nah.
to talk before.
No, I'm talking about
anything.
give me what you said to cornbread. Give me your line.
That's his.
Who are you again?
Oh, thanks, dog.
Pew, 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 pew.
One-
I actually really liked high
4.1.
school. I wouldn't say I actually ever got bullied, even though I'm fat, but mostly because anyone that tried to roast me, I could roast them back, and I did.
Dylan's got a fucking mouth.
Yeah, no, I really do. And then no one wanted to get physical with me because I'm big and intimidating, but I'm actually
Right.
soft. I'm like, I could probably lose fights to most people, but no one would know that by looking at me.
Facts.
So people were like scared. Like I had
If you
underclass.
chest bump someone, they're going somewhere.
I had underclassmen tell me that they were really scared of me.
What?
Wild.
Because they'd only like see me in the hallways and they thought I was intimidating, and then they
Funny.
got to know me and they're like, wow,
Yeah, you're a big dude.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
But
How tall are you?
6'2", 6'3".
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
You're a
Yeah.
tall fucker.
And I was like 6 in high school.
So in high school, like, what were you into? What did you do? You didn't.
I
start
played
playing-
well.
You played, but you didn't start playing bass till you said you're like junior year.
Sophomore, juniors when I joined the jazz band.
Okay.
I started playing my birthday sophomore year,
Okay.
so like that's like halfway through the year. No,
Well, no, it's the last
through
month of the
beginning.
year. Oh, the school year it's about.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
meant. The school. Yeah. What was that,
We're-
Corey?
we're
A few
almost
more
done.
minutes, buddy.
Corey's a little lit. We're
The
almost done.
finish line is almost here, buddy.
I just need a pee.
Okay.
Are the back of your
Dylan?
teeth tingling?
Okay.
You're okay.
What am I talking about?
No,
You're
Yourself.
talking about you
Talking-
started playing in the jazz band your junior year. You started playing on your birthday.
That obviously influenced you in
Sophomore.
some way.
No, I would say I officially joined the jazz band junior year. I probably started playing like later sophomore year. I like joined in like a test
Okay.
probationary period, I guess.
I got a question. Did
Ooh,
you
okay.
know in high school that you wanted to play bass like for a living, or did you figure that out in college?
By junior or senior year, I'd say probably by junior year I did for sure.
Nice,
yeah.
nice.
I didn't know my senior year that I even wanted to do music. December my senior year,
Oh,
I
I
started
knew.
like.
Really?
Are we
Yeah.
talking about me or are we talking
That's
about you? right now?
crazy.
Sorry, go ahead. But I'm saying that Nick was like,
Damn,
"Wow,"
Dylan.
but no, I was even later than you. But go ahead.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
What did you and your friends do in high school?
Played well.
Before we played instruments, we hung out. We played like he didn't play well. I had like one like best friend in high school. I had
Yeah.
a bunch of friends in school, but I never talked to them outside of school. Right.
Okay, so that
so
was
they're
on
like
that,
not
like,
like friends, but
Outer friend ring that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
So how was you say? Because that's actually one thing we actually never talked about, or nor that we never discussed. Because I feel like my friend group really developed in high school. Like I got like my real friends. In high
I've got one friend. I'm gonna name him because I know he's gonna watch this.
Yeah.
Ian.
Ian Shepherdson.
Hell
Shout
yeah.
out.
He's my
crazy, dog.
Shout out.
he's my one friend.
He's actually
least-
come to our
It's
fucking
just
shows.
funny. I know him.
He's like my ride or die.
Yeah.
And then I knew I had like friends in high school, but like I wouldn't like go out and talk to them. And I guess I had more friends than Ian, but like I haven't kept up with any of them.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny?
I feel that.
That's like literally like kind of what happened. Like it's wow. Me and Nick actually don't even talk anymore.
Yeah, like I'm really good friends with some other people that I had like in Latin class, and we talk like every once in a while, but I like never go out and hang out
Yeah.
with them.
Now, if you had to give yourself a label as a high schooler,
I feel like we didn't really have any like cliques or anything like that
Yeah.
in U City at all.
Really?
Like most of the people in the jazz band also played basketball or football, straight up.
oh,
What?
Yeah, most of the people in band did other things.
Who was in the jazz band? Because you know I
Some
at
like
least probably know everybody.
no, they're like all underclass.
Wait, I got a question about jazz band. What's the wackest tune you played in high school jazz band?
Satin Doll. Go ahead.
No.
We didn't play that.
Whoa.
No. What's
That's
whack?
like
There's
no.
whacker songs than that.
Facts.
Switch
I liked every song we played. We played because we
Really?
had a Stanley Coleman as
Yeah,
a jazz
we
band
had-
director.
yeah, the Coleman.
Dog, I'm telling you, we
He
played
knew what's up.
Shiny Stockings, that slaps. But then we did stuff like Pick Up the Pieces.
What?
We did a Charles Mingus tune called Haitian Fight Song.
That's what's
Ooh,
up.
My
we
jazz
did so
band
many good stuff.
sucks.
Dude, our jazz band slapped.
You know what we played in my jazz band? We
Did
played.
you play Bruno Mars like that?
Did
one
you play
time?
Freebird?
We played worse.
Whoa.
Worse. We played the Doobie Brothers.
Yeah, we didn't play.
Oh,
None.
played-
it's not jazz.
It's not.
Yeah, that's
When we
right.
were in
Jeez.
jazz band.
Jazz band.
All right.
My-
is for jazz.
My jazz band teacher called me the most improved student he'd ever had. So
Hey,
let's
squad.
go. I'm a flex
yeah,
real quick.
You worked hard, dog.
Man.
I'm a flex.
Especially with
Oh,
how
thanks.
you like sound now.
Oh yeah, no, keep talking.
I
about me,
remember
please.
when.
No, like I'm gonna say this right now.
Oh no, wait, no. Finish it. How'd I sound back then?
No,
Damn.
I was saying. No, I'm gonna say
let
this
Nick
right now.
finish.
How you've only been playing for like what 7 years?
Yeah, 7 years.
7
8.
years?
It's around there.
You sound fucking great
Really?
for that.
Yeah.
7. That's not a long
That's
time.
right. You did start in high school.
Yeah. But we literally just talked about it.
I've been playing for.
I was like 16 when I started playing.
No,
bass.
look. I've been playing for.
But I feel like it felt like you was a much shorter time. Like I guess when did you start taking it seriously?
Like almost immediately.
Really?
Well, I mean, maybe not almost, but like maybe like when I was playing in school, I like took it seriously.
Okay,
but
so like
I
when we
practiced.
were when we were at like Women of Hardship and like playing,
Yeah. Did I suck back then?
you may have just been like okay.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I still think I'm just okay, to be honest. But
No,
Yeah,
dude.
No.
No. You.
Well-
The thing is, you know your shit. You know your shit. You're very smart
I
about
don't know about that.
it. You're not as technical as Victor Wooten, but then who is?
Yeah, exactly. But I suck.
But who is?
No, you're
If you
That's
don't
a
compare
good-
yourself to the top of the
Correct.
echelon,
My thing-
then you'll never improve.
Look,
That's
my-
why I always compare myself
you.
to the best players.
My thing is, yeah.
Ooh, that'd be a good question for.
I've
Kayla.
been literally playing twice as long as you.
and you can play faster than I can.
Faster, fuck it. You know the same shit
All
I
right.
do. We have
All
the
right,
same
well,
amount.
guys-
Wait, no. Corey's gonna say something else about me too. Go ahead, Corey.
Oh, say it, and then we got.
How do I sound now compared to back then?
Oh, you sound like way better. But what I was gonna say was, I have a question for Kayla actually, but we'll say that maybe for next podcast.
Save it for next podcast. As of right now,
I thought we were talking about me.
People are great bass
We were talking
players.
about you. We did
We
talk.
know what Dylan was like in high school. We know what Nick,
Do we?
Corey, me was like in
I
high
said
school.
half the things I wanted to.
Will you have more?
Did you have more? You said
Yeah,
you
but
do
we-
shit.
We'll
Yeah,
do
that's
it for
fine.
later.
We had to keep asking you because you didn't like. I don't know what else.
Oh yeah, ask me what you guys
kinda-
want to
we
know.
kept-
Well, anyway, Corey's got to pee.
Yep.
Next podcast, Nick's gonna ask, or Corey's gonna ask me his burning questions. We're gonna ask Dylan some more burning questions. Right now, we've got to practice. We gotta go.
Yeah.
But it's been a great Tuesday night talking to you all. We've had some whiskey. We've had some tequila. We're gonna go practice because we're gonna see you Saturday night at Irish Corner Pub.